Hello and welcome to this lesson on negative numbers, but today we're going to be learning how to add and subtract negative numbers. So let's jump right in. So first of all, I want you guys to try and answer these two sets of questions here, okay? Now, I know what you're thinking. You're looking at these bottom three questions of each set and thinking, I haven't got a clue how to answer those, okay? But I'll give you a hint. If you start with the question at the top and work your way down, you might find that you're able to figure out how to solve the three questions at the bottom of each list, okay? So pause the video, have a go at these questions. Best of luck. Okay, so let's have a look at these. Let's start with the ones on the left here, okay? So 3 plus 3 is 6. 3 plus 2 is 5. 3 plus 1 is 4. 3 plus 0 is 3. Now, hopefully you guys have realized that the first number, the 3, doesn't change for any of these questions, but the number that's being added on is decreasing by 1 every time. And also the answer is decreasing by 1 every time. So without doing too much thinking, I can probably figure out that 3 plus minus 1 is going to be 2, and 3 plus minus 2 is going to be 1, and 3 plus minus 3 is going to be 0. So what's actually happening here? Well, if we look at these bottom three questions in particular, we're doing 3 plus minus 1 is 2. Now that doesn't look like we're adding 1. That looks like we're actually taking away 1. Same for the second one. 3 plus minus 2 equals 1. Again, that doesn't look like we're adding 2. It looks like we're taking away 2. And 3 plus minus 3 is 0. Once again, that just looks like 3 take away 3. So the first rule for this lesson is adding a negative is the same as subtracting. You should be able to see that clearly by those bottom three questions, which you hopefully answered correctly yourselves. Let's have a look at the second set on the right now. Let's start from the top. So 3 take away 3, well, that will be 0. 3 take away 2 is going to be 1. 3 take away 1 is going to be 2. 3 take away nothing is going to be 3. Now, once again, look at the first set of number, the first number in the questions. So that's 3. That doesn't change. But the number we're taking away is getting smaller every time. So every question we go down, we're taking away 1 less from the one above it. How does that affect the answers? Well, the numbers are getting 1 bigger every time. So that must mean that 3 take away minus 1 must be equal to 4. 3 take away minus 2 is 5. And 3 take away minus 3 is 6. Now, focusing on these bottom three, what's happening with these numbers? What's actually happening when we take away a negative? Well, 3 take away minus 1. It doesn't look like we're taking away 1. It looks like we're actually adding 1. So 3 plus 1 is 4. Same for the second one. 3 take away minus 2. That looks like we're doing 3 plus 2. And 3 take away minus 3 looks like we're doing 3 plus 3. And that's exactly it. Subtracting a negative is the same as adding it, okay? So rather than subtracting minus 1, we're actually just going to add 1, okay? Let's have a look at some examples of these questions in action. So we've got a number line to help us out here as well, to help us with direction. The first one here, we've got 5 add minus 2, okay? Now remember, adding a negative is the same as subtracting. So the question we're actually asking ourselves is, what is 5 minus 2? Okay, now, hopefully we don't need the number line for this one. 5 take away 2, well, that's just going to be 3. Look at the second one. 3 add minus 4. Again, we're adding a negative, so that's essentially the same as asking, what is 3 take away 4? Now, we might have to use a number line for this one. Start at 3, count down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 add minus 4 is minus 1. Okay? Let's have a look at some more examples. So remember the rule now. Subtracting a negative is the same as adding. So here we've got 5 take away minus 2. So that is the same as 5 plus 2. Okay? So 5 plus 2, that's just simply 7. So 5 take away minus 2 is also equal 7, okay? Bottom one down here, we've got 3 take away minus 4. Again, we're subtracting a negative. So all we're actually going to ask ourselves is, what is 3 plus 4? So that means 3 take away minus 4. The answer is 7 again, okay? So look at another set of examples. Now, let's have a look at where we're starting with a negative number now, okay? So again, for the first question, let's remember the rule. We're doing minus 5 minus minus 2. And remember that subtracting a negative is the same as adding. So what I'm really asking here is, what is minus 5, because this number doesn't change, take away minus 2. Subtracting a negative, same as adding. So what is minus 5 add 2? Let's use our number line. Minus 5, let's add 2. 1, 2. So that looks like the answer is going to be minus 3. Okay? And then the second one down here, let's get rid of that in from the last question. Minus 3, add minus 4. Remember, adding a negative is the same as subtracting. So if I write this question out again, the minus 3 stays the same, but then we're adding minus 4. Adding a negative is the same as subtracting. So actually, we're asking ourselves, what is minus 3 minus 4? Start at minus 3, and we're going to take away 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the answer to minus 3 plus minus 4 is minus 7. Okay? So let's have a look at the main task. So pause the video and have a go at these 6 sets of questions. Remember that adding a negative is the same as subtracting, and subtracting a negative is the same as adding. Pause the video and have a go. Best of luck. And here's the answers. Very well done if you got those right. And let's have a look at the checking question for today. So what I'd like you guys to do is to find the missing number in the questions, okay? So first of all, we've got 10 plus something is 7. We've got minus 5 take away something is 9. 3 add something is minus 4. And minus 8 minus something is 2. Okay, so pause the video and see if you can figure out these questions, okay? Best of luck. Okay, so let's have a look at the first one now. So 10 add something is 7. So I'm adding something, but yet the number is getting smaller. So clearly I'm doing the same. I'm trying to actually subtract from 10 to get 7, okay? But what can I add to a number? How can I add something but subtract away from it? I have to add a negative number. So if I have to add a negative number, which is the same as subtracting, so think about 10 take away something is 7. Well, that something is 3. But look at that now. Clearly, the answer isn't 10 plus 3 is 7, because that's not right. It has to be 10 add minus 3, okay? For the second one, minus 5 minus something is 9. Now, minus 5, take away something. Surely, normally the answer would be getting smaller. So clearly, something's going on here. We're taking away something, but the answer's getting bigger. And if you remember the rule, taking away a negative is the same as adding. So I know my number has to be negative. And then ask myself, what do I have to add to minus 5 to get 9? Well, I have to add 14. So to bring it back to the question, minus 5, take away minus 14 is 9. Because taking away a negative is 9, okay? Next one, 3 add something is minus 4. So we're adding something, yet the number's getting smaller. So clearly we're adding a negative here, because adding a negative is the same as subtracting. So let's think about 3 take away something is minus 4. What do I have to take away from 3 to get minus 4? Well, that's going to be 7. Okay. And the last one, minus 8 minus something is 2. So once again, we're starting at -8, but we're taking away something and we're getting bigger, okay? But remember, if I subtract a negative, that's the same as adding. So really what I'm asking myself is -8 plus something is 2. So it's obviously going to be a minus, and the answer in this case will be -10. Okay? Hope you got this right, guys, and we'll see you next lesson. Bye now.